Got to have guys getting back on the shot. Quentin Grimes, Jalen Brunson, one, both just needs to be getting back right now immediately. They're both just staring at the shot. So now if the Heat come up with this ball and everyone's just watching, well, here we go. Okay, if you're Quentin Grimes on this scram switch, just battle for position. You're doing a great job. Look what Quentin Grimes does here. Look at him gamble. Look at that gamble right there. So now Bam Adebayo can spin off you. Okay, when Jimmy Butler turns to face up Quentin Grimes here, like, you got to close this area. You're not in front of Jimmy Butler. You're giving him this angle baseline. Well, why? There's no help. Come on, this cannot happen. This is off of a made basket. Julius Randle, get back. How off of a made basket does Max Strus get this open? What is Isaiah Hartenstein doing here? You're not a part of this pick and pop right here. Why are you not staying with Bam Adebayo? Like, up, battle for position as soon as Adebayo comes to the middle of the floor. What are you doing? So now Bam Adebayo catches this. What was that? Okay, so Kyle Lowry beats Quentin Grimes off the dribble. Okay, and Isaiah Hartenstein comes to help. That does not mean Quentin Grimes doesn't continue to guard Kyle Lowry once this pass out is made. Why is Quentin Grimes still standing here? What on earth is going on? What? Okay, we have a loose ball. It's okay, it happens. Could Julius Randle not be just staring right now? Could you start to sprint back now? Look at Julius Randle. What is that? Gotta communicate. The Heat set consecutive ball screens right here. If Jalen Brunson's switching the second ball screen, you gotta say something. So Isaiah Hartenstein, Josh Hart know to switch. Like, you're just assuming everyone's switching, and you assumed wrong. When Bam Adebayo turns to face up Isaiah Hartenstein, you got to change how you defend him. Like, look at this. You have your hand on Bam Adebayo. As he's turning, now he's facing you up. You're still guarding him like he's posting you up. He's facing you up. So now it's just a rip through right to the rim. Okay, so Josh Hart's late to close out onto Kyle Lowry. That forces Mitchell Robinson to have to step up and help. RJ Barrett's got to be battling for position now with Bam Adebayo. You can't just stand here and let Bam Adebayo overpower you like this. You should be able to help at the rim right here. But you weren't battling for position at all, so now Bam Adebayo's just overpowering and screening you. Terrible transition defense. If you're Mitchell Robinson, you need to sprint over to Bam Adebayo. You're just sprinting back to the middle of nowhere right now. So Adebayo catches this, and you're not ready to guard him. So it's a nice block, but since you're off balance, it goes right back to Adebayo, and he goes up for two. Okay, so Josh Hart does not want Kyle Lowry coming off the screen this way. He wants to set up the drop coverage here. Well, you got to wait for Mitchell Robinson to get here. Like, you're already angling Kyle Lowry. Mitchell Robinson isn't here yet. So now this pocket pass, it's just straight through for a dunk. When you hedge a screen, RJ Barrett has to get here. This pass to Caleb Martin can't happen. We're not worried about Gabe Vincent 2 passes away because Jalen Brunson could rotate here, Mitchell Robinson here, and Obi Toppin could go here. But once this pass gets... Look at all the options the Heat have here. Not only is Caleb Martin catching this ball too low, Gabe Vincent's wide open. He's 1 pass away. That's horrible defense. Quentin Grimes, you can never guard like this with your back to your man. You got to be seeing your man and the ball. Look at Quentin Grimes here. Totally falling asleep. What was that? Like, this is again off of a made basket. The Heat are inbounding the ball. What is everybody doing? How is there all of these Knicks players here? No one's taking Max Strus. Off of a make. As soon as this pass gets made, Quentin Grimes has got to be sprinting to the corner. Sprinting to the corner. Does Quentin Grimes sprint to the corner? No, he tries to go to the wing first. So now Gabe Vincent, it's rip and go right to the rim. Bad drop coverage by Isaiah Hartenstein. Your feet have to be set. So you got to be positioned so that you can be able to guard the ball but recover to Bam Adebayo. See, look, your feet aren't set right. You're backpedaling. So this is just catch and shoot off the pick and pop. Okay, again, this is atrocious drop coverage. You're Mitchell Robinson. Your feet have to be set. If you're the big dropping and drop coverage, you got to be able to stunt at the ball but then recover. See, you're backpedaling right here, so you're not able to recover. Quentin Grimes has to step up, and this is just shoot around right now for the Heat. You got to get in a defensive stance. If you're RJ Barrett, your feet are next to each other. This is not a defensive stance. You're not going to be able to recover now on this pass out to Kevin Love. That was awful. Okay, Jalen Brunson's hedging way too early. Gabe Vincent doesn't even set a screen. So right now you're just hedging nothing. So what ends up happening is when you recover to Gabe Vincent, you're screening your own man right now. So now RJ Barrett, because of you, is off balance guarding Jimmy Butler. Okay, you're Quentin Grimes. You're guarding the best player on the court, Jimmy Butler. Why are you staring at the ball, not seeing Jimmy Butler? How does this continue to happen? What is going on? Okay, so for whatever reason, Julius Randle's giving the baseline to Kyle Lowry. So either Isaiah Hartenstein's got to stay here and help, or Jalen Brunson's got to come to the rim and help. But if nobody moves, what else did you think was going to happen? Don't get to the middle of nowhere in transition if you're Hartenstein. You got to come over here to Cody Zeller. Hartenstein is standing in the middle of nowhere. So Cody Zeller sets a screen that I guess you're supposed to switch, and you're not ready to switch. That is pathetic. Okay, so Isaiah Hartenstein, I guess, is doubling here. Well, if this pass gets made, Jalen Brunson has to rotate, then you'd rotate, and Isaiah Hartenstein would ultimately take Jimmy Butler. But I mean, I don't know. There's no rotating. So this is, again, just a practice shot. Okay, figure out who's doubling Jimmy Butler and everybody else stays home. Is Obi Toppin coming to double? Then Isaiah Hartenstein's got to stay home. When you have 3 people guarding the ball, I mean, this is just shoot around again. Okay, so the Knicks are trapping right now. Isaiah Hartenstein has got to deny this pass to Bam Adebayo. Kyle Lowry and Gabe Vincent are being guarded by RJ Barrett. They're 2 passes away. You're not worried. But Bam Adebayo just caught this. So now they're 1 pass away. Obi Toppin's got to sprint from the other side of the floor. Gabe Vincent can just rip and go. Max Strus wide open. What are the Knicks doing here? If Josh Hart is switching the screen, then switch, and RJ Barrett's got to be up, ready to guard Jimmy Butler on the switch. You can't have Josh Hart trying to get over these screens and then say, nah, let's switch. Well, RJ Barrett's not ready to switch. Okay, Kyle Lowry picks his dribble up and establishes his pivot foot. If you're Mitchell Robinson, just get up with your hands up. There's no place for Kyle Lowry to go. You moving your feet just gives him space when he had none. Okay, if the Knicks are trapping here, someone's got to stay home on Jimmy Butler. So if Mitchell Robinson's going to rotate out, RJ Barrett's got to stay home. Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett are both rotating away from Jimmy Butler. So now Jimmy Butler just gets his ball back, and RJ Barrett's not ready to guard. Another horrible Knicks trap. If you are trapping and Gabe Vincent comes to 1 pass away, this is where Mitchell Robinson has to go. You can't worry about Bam Adebayo 2 passes away. But once Gabe Vincent catches his ball because Mitchell Robinson doesn't move, now Adebayo's 1 pass away.